I have two big life lessons I've learned. I'm 47, so I'm lucky to be halfway through my life. Time is our most precious asset that we have. I believe that wholeheartedly. The two lessons that, really truly I've learned throughout my professional career and personal life is number one, my mom would always say when people would ask me what I wanted to be when I would grow up, I would answer that it hasn't been invented yet. And the answer to that is still true, right? I have a unique background in software and in mortgage financing. Where I'm going, it hasn't been invented yet.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm your host, Q Edmonds. I'm glad that we're here today. I have another guest who we're going to learn some things from. And I like to be able to see things from different people's vantage point, from things through their lens. And so no matter what we're doing, we could all be doing the exact same things. We still have our own personal way that we do it because we bring our personality to what we do, and all of us are different. And so I'm so glad that we get a chance to look through the lens of my next guest, Miss Stacia. So I appreciate you being here. And listen, I want to dive right in. I would love for you to tell the people what your main focus is these days. I would love for you to give us a little bit of origin story of kind of how you got into the space that you're in. And then geographically, people seem to always want to know where you are in the world, just in case there's a touch point or if they're trying to get in contact with you. So you can just let them know where you are geographically. So again, what's your main focus, origin story, and where you are? And ma'am, you have the floor.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
My name is Stacia Weishaar. I am a mortgage broker. I'm an independent mortgage broker. I've been in the industry I came back in the industry in 2016, so 10 years. I had a previous stint before the Great Recession. So I have a background in software and did a lot in the software world, which is actually my background. And when I bought my first home, I worked at Microsoft. And I had worked very hard to save money to purchase a home with a small down payment. My family's background is in residential and commercial property management, so I really understand the value of real estate and how real estate can build long-term wealth. So I bought a home. I was working at Microsoft, and I had a horrible experience. I bought what I would have considered at the time a bad house. With more impactfully, I got a bad mortgage, and I was incensed by the whole experience. My loan officer wasn't able to communicate things properly, wasn't available, did not tell me I wanted to know what every penny was going towards. And I just thought, this can't be that difficult.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
At the time, I was being recruited into a new division of Microsoft at the fiscal year. So I left the division I was in. I had a job already lined up, and I went into this space to educate myself. And it turned into, back then, about 6 years of my life where I ran a builder joint venture between one of the largest builders in the state of Washington state and one of the largest banks in the United States. And it was an interesting ride. It was fascinating. I learned a lot. I ran teams of people who to help clients get financing. It was an interesting time, but I did love it. I loved it because no day was the same. And we were really, at the end of the day, helping people sort of achieve that dream of homeownership. The recession hit, and I actually was being recruited back into software by another startup at the time. So I left because that was my background. Like, how did 6 years pass? And I went back into software and worked for many different companies in the software world. Ran teams. Had a business coach. I've always had business coaches, and my business coach at the time was like, after I had my first child. I have 2 boys that are awesome. They're my best friends. My business coach was like, "You don't seem happy." And I said, "I have so much joy. I have this healthy big boy," but I was involved in the startup world at the time and running a software company that just was not, it wasn't that it was, I love software. I am a huge nerd, by the way. And I love technology. I embrace technology in everything I do. It wasn't that that wasn't joyful. It was that it wasn't in the mortgage industry. And I really developed a passion around the industry, and I still am very passionate about the industry. I love software and I love mortgages. And so I bring a unique perspective into this space because of my unique background. And so we shared a chart and everything, and I went back in the business. And I love this space. It's a very interesting industry to be in. I am an independent mortgage broker. I've been a banker, I've been a mortgage banker, but I decided to be an independent mortgage broker because as a broker, I got to go shop every lender in the United States. I got to shop interest rates. I have more competitive rates. I have more products that I didn't have at those other places I had worked. And I wanted to build my own thing. And so that transition has been wonderful. I love being a mortgage broker. People land on my lap that have been told, no, not possible, or you got to put more money down, or you have to liquidate these assets, or you got to revise your tax returns. And I find a solution that doesn't require any of that. And that's fun to do.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. I mean, wow. Thank you for walking us through. I mean, as you was talking, I was writing, you came back in this, after some time out until you had a background in software, worked at Microsoft, family has a background in real estate, and you got a bad mortgage, and you're a big nerd, boy mom, like all these different things
Yeah.
that you and I kind of wanted to highlight what you talked about because I have a saying where I say destiny has no wasted moments, right?
Mm.
Meaning no matter what we go through in life, the amalgamation, the compound things that we go through kind of make us who we are today, right? And we can reflect and we can think about the decisions that we made and how some decisions kind of led to where we are now. And so I would love to know, Miss Stacia, through this journey, Microsoft, boys, all these different things, what has destiny taught you about you? Has it taught you that you are disciplined, that you are a go-getter? Like, what are these things highlighted about you that destiny has made these moments kind of made you who you are today? So where has it taught you about you?
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
I have two big life lessons I've learned. I'm 47, so I'm lucky to be halfway through my life. Time is our most precious asset that we have. I believe that wholeheartedly. The two lessons that, really truly I've learned throughout my professional career and personal life is number one, my mom would always say when people would ask me what I wanted to be when I would grow up, I would answer that it hasn't been invented yet. And the answer to that is still true, right? I have a unique background in software and in mortgage financing. Where I'm going, it hasn't been invented yet. And I know that. Like I have things I'm working on. So I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I am a critical thinker. I love problem solving. And I see opportunities for things to be solved all the time. Okay. And I in my space specifically. And so those opportunities create momentum, create excitement in me. So I get very excited about, solving problems daily, which is why I'm really good at my job because I solve problems. The other thing that I have learned and life has taught me is implicitly I trust people. I always have trusted people. And life has taught me throughout my journeys that to be more curious, to stop trusting so wholeheartedly. It's a strength, but most of our strengths are also our weaknesses sometimes, our blind spots. My boys know what's number one rule, the truth always comes out. And I believe that. And so I've just had those life moments, both professionally and personally, where I see true colors of people, where maybe I trusted implicitly. And now, as I'm older, I'm super curious about not only people genuinely, but also outcomes and how those relationships can impact my life positively, both professionally and through business.
Hmm. I know you can see me smiling. The more you talk, the more I just smile because you said so many things that it's just intrinsically inside of me that like connect on such a deep level. First, when you said it hasn't been invented yet, which you want to be, where you going? Oh, when I tell you that resonates with me. That's how I feel. I feel like
Yeah.
so I'm 44. I just turned 44 in December. I'll be 45 this year. And I feel like for the first time in my life, I clearly see what I am supposed to give to this world in a sense. I would just, I know that sounds big, but I think you
No,
get it. Like I see what has not been invented yet. And I just feel like, I'm sorry everybody, but this is how I feel. It's on me to invent it. Can't nobody do it like me. Nobody has those destiny moments have built me for to respond to this moment. That's how I feel. So that connects with me. And I don't really do New Year's resolutions. However, this word came to me at the end of 25, and I said for 2026, I'm gonna be more curious. I'm gonna be more
uh,
curious about everything. So curious is my word. I'm gonna be curious about why I get angry. I'm gonna be curious about what makes me happy. I'm gonna be curious about the friendships that I keep. And so when you just and then you talked about recognition, like I mean, you just said so many things that bodes well with me. And I hear you, and I think that's a beautiful thing that you're teaching your boys about the truth. I think this is a beautiful journey that you're on. So thank you for taking time to just show us these moments that destiny has brought you to. And I try to tell people, I want people to know that listening to this, we all have our superpower. We all have tools in our tool belt that we are experts in. Everybody's not an expert at the drill. Everybody's not an expert at the hammer, but you have something in your tool belt that over the years you have been building that's going to help you build the world that maybe you just don't see yet because we have the power to build the worlds around us. So I'm going to pause right there. Does any of that resonate to you? Like, this is what you brought out of me. As you was talking, this is what
oh,
came out of me. So does any of that resonate with you?
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Well, so I have a word of the year too, by the way. So I always choose the word of the year. My word of the year is abundance. And it's abundance in time, it's abundance with my family, it's abundance in growth and success, it's abundance in health. So I love your word curious. I actually am a I'm a room parent too between my multiple things that I do, and I had brought this exercise to my fifth grade son's class, and all of these kids, these awesome little fifth graders, came up. We did a craft, and they came up with their word, and it was, words are very, very powerful, right? We live in a world where we have large language models that interpret words, right? But words can be powerful in that we get to choose what that means for us. And so I love your word curious. Um, Curious was my word last year, actually. So I appreciate that you had the word this year. Um, I do believe in the power of our ability as entrepreneurs and as business, people who are experts within certain fields, be it real estate, be it mortgage, be it software, whatever it is. We're in an age right now. We're in a moment of time where the ability to dream big and execute um, at a scale that's very achievable because of technology. I'm a huge AI nerd, huge. Um, we can make massive impact, and that impact is can be so substantial in our world, right? And we can solve a lot of problems. Um, you know, I could talk about AI for hours and hours and hours. I was My first job out of college. I represented one of the first public facing artificial intelligence companies in the United States. And this is back when Steven Spielberg's movie AI came out. And you're nodding because you were of a similar age, and so you but remember that. Many people don't, and that's how long AI has been interacting with us. Now it's different, right? It's a different type of AI, but still it exists. And the ability to use all these tools at our fingertips, just sitting at my computer every day, it's phenomenal. I mean, we're in this moment in time that is so, 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 so powerful, and what individuals can do to make substantial impact in their communities, in their business life, in their world. I mean, my sons and they want to launch a nonprofit. So I'm like, okay, let's launch the nonprofit. Like, how cool that they're so young. They want to launch a nonprofit, and how easy it is to actually do that. Now, when I was a kid, that would not have been an easy task for my parents to assist with, but we can launch a nonprofit in a week if we want, or less, a day. It's easy. Like, we live in a world where we have tools that make things easier. So we need dreamers.
Again, you said so many things that's in sync. And so I have a saying, and I adopted it. It's not something I came up with myself, but when I heard it, I just stuck to it, that words shape our world. Words shape our world. And now, like you said, with the tool of AI, training AI to do what we wanted to do, we have more tools now to really create the world that we want to see. And it's so interesting that you said your word this year is abundance, because this is what I said to myself in 2024. If there's 365 days a year, I had to have said this close to 365, maybe it was like 340, but I wanted to try to say this to myself every day. And I would say that I'm blessed abundantly, so that in all things, at all times, having all that I need, I would abound in every good work. And I would say that every morning to myself, that I am blessed abundantly, so that so that in all things, at all times, having all that I need, I can abound in every good work. And for me, that was synthesized to say, I can do hard things. No matter what I need to do, I have the abundance of resources to do it. I'm not going to let anything tell me I don't. I am abundant in resources that I can love my wife. I can do this. I can do this business. I can interview people. Like, I have this abundant of resource. And so it's interesting that your word is abundance. So I give that to you.
We were meant to be connected, I think.
Cool. You can't tell me otherwise. You can't tell. I'm just like, I'm blown away. But it makes sense because I just think this is how the currency of this world works, right? When you put off certain, and I'm not trying to get all mystical, but it's just there's the law of attraction is real, and
Of
when you
course.
put out that, I don't want to say energy, but because I'm not trying to be superstitious, but I will say this, like, what you put out is going to come back to you. I'll
Yeah.
just say it like that. And I think we
100%.
all can witness that, whether you want to call it karma, whatever you want to call it, what you put out there is going to come back to you. And I just believe, like you said, I think you and I have put enough out there that this was destined to happen. You know what I'm saying? And so
You're
I'm
right.
glad you're here.
Yeah.
I want to ask about your business,
Mm-hmm.
brokerage. What's your next real goal? Like, what are you looking to solve or scale next?
Well, I have two goals. One, my business is successful. Like I'm a problem solver. So people typically get, they walk into their institutional lender or institutional bank, excuse me, and, they get passed to the lender there and they get told no, or they get told, yeah, it's possible, but you got to revise your tax returns or you need to put more money down. And we solve those problems. Like CPAs, financial advisors, wealth managers call me all the time because they're told their clients, their self employed clients are told they have to revise their tax returns and they're going to pay, tax penalty and such. And I'm like, no, we don't even need to look at the tax returns. So let's look at the business cash flow. Certain lenders will tell you there's so many loans out there called what we call non-qualified mortgages. Now, qualified mortgages they follow agency rules. So Fannie, Freddie, FHA, VA. And that box is really small, right? It's a very small box. Your W-2 wage earner are very, very small. And not everybody fits into that box. In 2017, there's been a resurgence of investors, meaning what's sit on the bond market, secondary market, who created these where there's also lenders where they actually have an appetite for what are called non-qualified mortgages. And the word non is negative, right? It's a negative
Yeah.
connotation, but it really is serving the underserved. It's entrepreneurs, it's business owners. And since 2017, that market has grown exponentially. It's a hockey stick. And yet the access to those solutions for those people that maybe have no income, maybe they're entrepreneurs, maybe they sold something and now they just got assets, right? Maybe they want to build a real estate portfolio, are really, really difficult to obtain because not all of the me's of the world understand that product, right? And banks don't have access to it. And mortgage bankers might have access to a few of those solutions, but the rates are really high. Now, that's why I became a broker, is because I was tired of passing my clients on, knowing that there are solutions out there because I'm also a coach in my industry and I coach enough people to know the differences. I was like, this is my wheelhouse. Like I am a problem solver. So looking holistically at that market, I'm an expert in non-QM lending, and people will be told, "Oh, the rates are really high." They're not actually. They can be as competitive as agency financing, and so I'm trying to break those myths. That's one of my goals, is to make sure that people understand that marketplace for those people that want to buy and want to leverage debt to do so, buy real estate. The second thing is that ecosystem is growing and there's a lot of opportunity in that ecosystem that I see, right, as an entrepreneur. And so I'll be a forefront leader within that space and figuring out how it's going to evolve moving forward.
Yeah. Well, listen, you are so needed in this space, and I'm so glad that, one, you are very confident about what you do. You know who you are. I have a saying, and this hit me when I was at a crossroad in my life, and I've stuck to this saying: when you know who you are, you know what to do. So when you know who you are, you can drop that person in any situation. They know what to do. And I love how you're confident. You know who you are within this space, and you are what people need within this space. So I really, really appreciate you coming through, and I really appreciate you just being serious about what you're doing. And I can't. I wish I could find a better way to say it, but I sense you take seriously what you're doing. And I wish I could say it another way, but I think you're picking up what I'm saying. Like, you're doing what you know you're supposed to be doing. And if this is not enough, you're going to create what needed to be enough so that you can continue to help people. And so I really
Wow.
appreciate you. So
Yeah,
listen, if
thank you. That's
someone,
great.
no, please go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
No,
Stacia.
I said thank you. That's a very nice compliment. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. If someone wanted to reach out to you, connect with you, collaborate with you, how can they get in contact with you, ma'am?
I am on everything. So you can my Instagram handle is Stacia underscore Weishaar. I'm on all the social channels. I also have my website for my mortgage business is Delightful Refuge. There's a story behind that, but we don't have time to get into it. So that's my website. But I'm on everything. If you Google my name, it's unique enough that you can find me. I'm happy to help and connect. I love making connections like we're doing here today.
Absolutely. Now I love it's funny you said that. This is so crazy because I love finding out the meaning in people's name. And I always wait to the end. I'm like, dang, I should have asked that in the beginning. So I love it. We will have to do this again for sure. If you're up to it. I would love to do it
Of
again.
course.
But I want to say three things to you. And you stole my thunder. And people who watch me, they know I say this. First thing I thank people for is their time. I tell people that time is their most precious commodity. And you
I
said that
feel that.
earlier, and I was like, what is going on here? But no, honestly, you could have been anywhere in the world. You're a boy mom. I mean, you got things that you can be doing. So thank you for your time. Your time is precious to me, and I don't take it lightly. We can put a premium on our time. We can put a price tag on our time. And so thank you so much for your time. Secondly, thank you for your story. Thank you for leading with authenticity. I say thank you, like, for the gift of your vulnerability. You share stuff with us that you did not have to share. And I believe stories have a way of planting a seed in other people. We may not see the growth of that seed. It may come 2 years later, 3 years later. But if we trace it back, it can be traced back to a story, a seed that we put in people. And so thank you for your story. And lastly, just thank you for your perspective, your mindset, and the way you think, and bringing that mindset to this platform. I greatly appreciate you, ma'am. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So listen, y'all heard Miss Stacia. Look in the show notes, get in contact with her, check her out. Definitely make sure you're subscribed here. I keep telling y'all, I keep saying it. We're going to keep bringing up amazing people. Like, oh, I love this. I love what I do. And so definitely make sure y'all are connected. That way you can just come in when the alarm goes off. And so, Miss Stacia, thank you again. And to everyone else, listen, y'all have a fantastic day.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.